Who's ready to rock and roll on some notes on Extension Lesson 4.3, Area of Composite Figures? I hope that's you. If you'll notice, I have a little definition here. It says composite figures are made up of triangles, squares, rectangles, and other two-dimensional figures, meaning parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, etc. I've written a few examples for you here. I'm going to sneak over and scroll up. You may want to pause at this point and get our definition down there and our title of our lesson. So a couple of typical examples of some composite figures. On the left, I have something that looks sort of like the base of a rocket ship, I guess. I don't know, you probably have other things that come to your mind. But the base is a trapezoid, and the top part there being a rectangle. So in order to get the area of that figure, I'm going to have to get the area of the trapezoid and then the area of the rectangle and add those two together. So I need to apply two formulas. On the right, I have a square, a 2x2 square on top, and then I have a rectangle connected to that. So these would just be examples of some of the types of composite figures that you will see when you're doing your work at school. And last but not least, I actually have done an example for you of a composite figure. And notice I labeled the rectangle on the left. The height is 4 feet, and then the base would be 2 feet. The area for that is in black below, so the area would be 4 times 2, which would be 8 feet squared. And then on the right, we have the triangle that's kind of turned sideways. And so in order to get my height, I want to look for the base. I used a black dotted line to represent the base there and put a little green arrow to 4 feet. And then if you'll notice, I put the arrow, put the 2 feet outside the triangle there and pointed to the height of 2 feet. So when I'm getting the area of my triangle down in blue, I want to do 4 times 2 for the base times the height. Divide that by 2. 8 divided by 2, which would be 4 feet squared. And notice I have a total area, 8 plus 4 would be 12 square feet. I know that's a lot of notes and pictures to be taking, so I tried to make the lecture a little bit shorter for our 4.3 extension lesson. So take your time and get those notes in. If you are having difficulties putting the tables in, a great idea for this unit, which I should have mentioned earlier and I promise I will in class, is to take graph paper and just cut out pieces, glue them in, and then it's a lot easier to draw these figures. So I will be talking to you about that tomorrow in class. Think about some questions you may have that might help deepen others' understanding or your own. Think about how you would summarize the learning that you have done tonight in this lesson. Have a great night, Pathfinder. We'll see you tomorrow morning.